Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the self-diagnosed greatest reseller podcast in the world. It's the Reseller Leftovers with Joe Philly Picker, Dan in the Man. I'm Jimmy Old School Flips. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh, I had a busy weekend. We're talking about. Hopefully, we get to talk about that. I was really busy this last weekend. Dan, not feeling well. Dan was just part of a big draft last night, and I missed it on Ray. Was on Ray Nashville Flippers channel.
It was on Race. That's what we're gonna start with. You're talking about that. I thought you had your thing last week. I do want to say though, if I leave, don't just end the podcast. Just keep talking.
Oh, I'm gonna end it.
Well,
I'm ending it right now.
Are we going to have a 27A and B again?
No, but I'm saying I'm not feeling so well. So if I have to leave, just keep talking. I'll come back.
All right.
I don't want to have to I don't have to redo this, and then you guys try to weasel out of doing like a 35-minute podcast.
I'm the king of weaseling out of things, actually.
And I wasn't gonna say anything about me being sick because I'm always sick.
Well, I think we can hear it.
I mean, it's pretty obvious in your voice, Dan.
I think I sound fine.
I think you could record an album right now.
Yeah, is this your radio voice?
It's like your radio voice.
Can you hear me? Do I sound okay?
Yeah.
Can you say the soothing sounds of Raul? Can you say that for
I
me?
don't even know what that means. Did someone text you and tell you to say stuff like this?
No. Like they're like when you have a radio voice, you're supposed to be like, and now the soothing sounds of Raul.
I don't have a radio voice.
All right, not bad.
I don't know.
Do you have a radio face?
No, I don't know.
Face for radio.
Oh, that's it. Face for radio.
That's me.
You guys-
That's one.
Don't pick on me today. You guys pick on each other.
All right.
Are you just sitting here today?
I'm here.
You're sitting in on the conversation.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna talk, but I don't want to be forced to start right off the bat. Start talking about the draft.
All right.
That wasn't even on the draft. That was the referee of the draft.
Right.
Oh.
All right. Well, I got something.
I mean,
We'll talk about Jimmy's weekend. Big pop-up, right?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing out there in Ohio. I'm supposed to say the Ohio State University.
No one
right
says
on
that
campus.
except for people from the Ohio State.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to say that then.
I mean, unless you're
From
one of them.
No, I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. I'm way too old. That was the biggest takeaway for me, like from a just observation standpoint. Is I felt really old being on a college campus with a bunch
How many
of
people
young.
called you sir?
Probably, yeah. I didn't even pay attention. I'm sure a lot, but it's so different. Like it was so different, and like the way.
Did you do fist bumps or you shake hands?
No, because there's no. It's a social event, but it's a very unsocial event at the same time. If that makes sense, I'll try to explain. Like, there's literally I sold things where they would take the piece of clothing off the rack, walk over to my Venmo QR, scan it, and then they would say, I paid for this. And then I would look and I would see it, and then they would just walk away. Like that was the entire
interaction with them?
Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds so cool.
It's like, so I want to give a huge shout out because I have to for Tori over at Mother Daughter Thrift, because she printed me out my QR for my Venmo. She's like, you're going to need this. Trust me. And like, it was the most I would say I had 30 something transactions on there. I would say at least 10 of them were like that, where there was no, like they pulled the article clothing off the rack, walked over to my QR, scanned it, said, did you get that? Or this is $10. Did you get that? And then they would walk away. That's it. Like that was the whole transaction. Oh. So that was wild. That was different. I didn't know what to expect. I've never done one. So I think I had 4 cash transactions the whole day. Everything else was through Venmo. So that was that. I'm glad I got that set up. I'm glad that I got that printout because that made things, like you said, amazing, fast transactions. So that was definitely, so like from a transaction point, it was not very social at all.
Now, what were other vendors like your age, or did you say that, or were they all like college age kids selling there?
I would say most of the vendors were older, but not my age. Probably 20s. Most of them were in their 20s, like later 20s, not early 20s. Okay. Like they were, like your typical Van Buren boy. It would be the best way to describe them. Dan. I mean, the guys at the bins that are picking clothes. That was your typical Van Buren Van Buren boy age guy.
Oh man, I don't know if I could. I wouldn't. I mean, I'd feel out of place. I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah, I
felt
just
weird.
I'm
Did you turn your
overthinking.
hat back around? Did you turn your hat backwards?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
But that's how did you? It's like you knew a story that I was going to tell that happened there.
You're like,
Because
what's up, bro? You said, "What's up, bro?"
There was a guy trying on some of my hats, right? And he was like, "Do you have any fitted ones? Because I want to wear it backwards."
Wait, did you take the Indians hat?
I did not. I did not take it.
That's
I only
so lame, dog.
I only took one Cleveland Indians piece.
Lame. You're lame, yo.
You didn't take that, John?
The what?
John? Did people talk like that in Ohio?
Is that like that's Philly talk? No one knows what that means.
I don't know what that means.
It means anything.
I don't have any friends named John. I don't know. No, so because what you just said is it was an interaction there was one of the social interactions I did have that I was like, well, that was miserable interaction on my part, like uncomfortable, and I felt like a old man. This young kid, he's like trying on hats, right? He's like, college student, trying on hats. He's like, I want to wear one backwards. Do you have any fitted hats? And I was like, you want to wear it Griffey style, right? And he insert cricket sounds here. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you want to wear it Ken Griffey Jr. style, right? He's like, who's that?
He probably didn't even. Yeah, I was just gonna say, probably didn't know who.
You never heard of Ken Griffey Jr. retire?
Yeah, but Ken Griffey Jr. always wore if you're from the '90s, Griffey wore his hat backwards all the time.
Yeah,
except for when he was playing the game, right? Yeah, so
that kid probably wasn't even born yet.
No, he had no clue, and I was like, I had to stop. That's exactly. I was like, you have no idea. Like that's way before your time. He's like, yeah.
And then you busted out your baseball card collection and showed him the upper deck one of them.
And so I felt dumb. You guys,
and he's telling that story right now on his podcast. He's like, he's saying some guy about Griffey, and then looks up and he's showing a picture of Ken Griffey Sr. wearing a hat.
or he's like
Ken Griffey, the 70s.
Ken Griffey Jr. He's a photographer now. This guy, that's what he does. He does.
Definitely
photography.
I felt like an idiot. Because he had I just stood there. And he's like, "What are you?" He's like, "What are you talking about, old dude?"
He's like,
for me, like from a self-aware, like being overly I was like, man, I feel like this old guy.
Did you take your guest book like you're talking about? You told people you're gonna have to sign a guest book. Did all the kids sign your guest book?
I was supposed to have a guest book?
That's what you said. You said you're gonna take a guest book after we got done recording last week it was during 26A. You said you're gonna take a guest book there. Have everyone sign it for you.
That's right. I did not do that. Man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I didn't say that, did I?
No, I'm just joking. I was trying to make you like a weirdo.
Let me tell you, it was definitely I'm over there eating my ham sandwich, hiding behind like the clothes.
It's Tonya packing the ham sandwich too. Everybody else is like got organic, grass-fed hamburgers, and you got a Lunchable.
A Lunchable.
You're like, what is that?
I brought some fruit and a ham sandwich. And like I'm trying to hide back there because like it was hot. It was weird. It was hot and then it would be cold. Like it was a weird day. Like there was times when it was hot and I was sweating, and there was times when the cloud coverage came and it was cold. But yeah, but I was hungry because I was like, man, it was wild. Like the whole process was a blur, like a whirlwind. From getting there, there's not a lot of parking. People got tickets. Oh my! I almost got a ticket. Because you had to park in the parking garage, but you also had to pull up to the area to unload everything, and then drive to the parking garage.
Wait, can you hear us?
Yeah.
You're like,
of course I am.
Okay, I think you're back.
All right, it always happens.
Pay attention. What are you doing?
I'm looking at something on my phone. I'm looking at comments from last week. Want to make sure.
You want to make sure you just fire one off to me real fast?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to have a repeat of. I don't want a 27A. I don't want a 27A.
We almost already have a 27A, thanks to my going right to the draft. Am I breaking up again?
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up.
Dang it, man!
I get back to your story. Like how long? How are your kids playing video games?
No, I'm I'm
Are you
gonna be
hardwired
looking
in?
into the new internet. I have to.
Fiber
Like,
optics.
Yeah, I have to.
Did you talk about the kid? Did you talk to the kids about it at this thing, the pop-up?
Yeah, they probably would have been able to fix it right from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. They
They're
were
like, dude, just click on this button on your phone and they fix it.
maybe I should just go live from my phone because this stuff just sucks. Like,
Well,
this,
Joe,
this
how was your
became
weekend like? Why Jimmy fixes his thing?
Another busy weekend. Not much reselling involved, but it was kids' sports, things like that. So it's that time of the year, baseball, flag football, gymnastics.
Did you resales better this week?
Yeah. I listed a little bit last week. I'm not up to what I should be listing.
Wait, hold on. Jimmy's back. Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right, you look good now. Your
It's
story's
so
more
weird. Like,
interesting.
I just do a speed test of my internet and it comes back amazing, and then it like fixes it. So like I don't know, maybe it's my computer because I don't know. Maybe I need a new computer.
Oh man, I've had computer problems.
Don't say new computer.
What kind of computer do you use? Do you use like a laptop or do you use a?
No,
desktop?
I have a gaming computer that I bought off of Best Buy.
Oh,
But it's like 4 years old now. Maybe I need to.
So
Yeah,
your sales were. I mean, it was good at the thing. At
the
pop-up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, the pop-up was great. I feel like
Were you able to walk around and see what other people were doing?
that's what I was gonna say. It was such a whirlwind. There was very little downtime, even though I wasn't. Like I said, 30 some transactions on Venmo, and then I had 4 cash transactions. But there were always people there looking through your clothes, looking for stuff, and so there was never really a downtime. Like it was.
That was ran through the college, the university there.
It was ran through I don't remember the name of the people that ran it, but it was not actually.
They only did it because it was Earth. It was like an Earth Day thing, or
yeah, it was an Earth Day event. Yeah.
Oh, they don't. It's just kind of cool if you had time to meet other people and you guys can like randomly pop up someplace. Like
that's what kind of sucked.
I was watching on your IG because you made a comment to us in our chat, and then you said you were following it on your Instagram. You had it on your story. I saw your car was like completely packed. So
I
feel like you had a lot of stuff. So if you could do something like that again, what were your prices like? It wasn't like garage sale prices, or it was like
it was higher. No, I was surprised.
Did you get any lowball offers on anything?
One. So I priced everything, which I think I will. If I do another one, I will price it again, and with offers of I'll take offers. I did take some offers, like I had shirts for 10, they gave me 8. Here's an example of the kind of sales that I had. I had brought 2 really good jackets. I brought a big Ohio State Pro Line puffer jacket with the big logo on the back, and then I also brought a NASCAR I don't remember exactly who the driver was. It might have been, I don't think it was Dale Earnhardt, but it was all black and it had the car on the back. And it was, so on eBay, I had those jackets both listed for $100 each while they were on eBay. I put them in the pop-up at $80 with offers, and I got $60 a piece for them.
Oh, nice.
So with, no fees, no nothing like that. So the people offered me, hey, would you do 60? Yeah, I'll take it. So to me, that wasn't a low ball offer, but I did have another puffer that I brought home that I had 80 on also, and the guy offered me 25. That was the only low ball offer I got. And I was like, no, I can't do that.
Daddy jacket?
It was a Puff Daddy jacket, exactly. Yeah. Puff Daddy. They got it from the raids that they just did at fresh
no Diddy
from the Puff Daddy raids.
Are we allowed to say his name, Dan? Are we allowed to say his name on here?
I'm sure you can. Why can't you? It's free country. Say whatever I want.
Okay.
Not really. But he doesn't even go by Puff Daddy.
Then say whatever you want, Dan. Say it. Don't hold back.
Fire away, Dan. Fire away. No, shoot from the hip.
No, don't force me. I will tell you. I got a new shirt. This is a new shirt. So I'm trying it out today. First time.
Oh, the one I sent you on the text?
What? Oh, no, I'm not. No.
I thought that was the
t-shirt.
This is Dan's way of spinning this into political talk again.
I wanted to make sure I brought it up because I bought this shirt. I'm gonna try it out today. It seems okay, but I usually buy 50% cotton, 50% polyester. This is a 60-40 blend, and I'm not sure if I like it. I'm gonna wear it throughout the day, see how it is. But I bought 7 of them. So if you see,
why won't you buy one? Buy one, test it out.
Because if you pay like X amount, you get free shipping.
You sound like an eBay buyer right now.
What?
Like you're gonna
No,
buy.
I grew up at a time where you bought clothes and that's what you bought. If it didn't fit, it didn't work out. You balled it up and you threw it in the corner, and it would sit there.
Yeah,
and then eventually you would donate.
So you're not going to return it.
Now I would sell it. No, I do return some stuff from Amazon. Like I bought a battery I found I got an Eagles mini helmet.
Oh, that's nice.
I bought a battery for a DVD player, like a portable DVD player I found at the bins. And it was supposed to it was the right like voltage or whatever, but when I got it, it was like a guitar battery. So I didn't need it, and it was $10. So I sent it back. And I sent back
I'm just confused by you got a guitar battery for a DVD player?
Yeah, I bought it by the voltage of it, and it came and it was like a pedal, it was some kind of guitar battery. So I sent it back, and then I bought a iPad case, and I hated it. So I took it out, put it on my iPad, hated it, took it off, put it back in the box, and shipped it back. Sent it back. I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't need it. Like I didn't want,
I had to return Sonia because we had an induction stove, and I didn't know, I'd never used induction where they have to have a certain pan. Yeah. Like the pan has to work. It doesn't get as hot or whatever, or the element doesn't get hot because the pan works with the stove. Anyways, I bought our whole set, and half of them didn't work. Like half of them didn't work with the stove.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to send it back. I had to.
What do you have? Like do you have an electric stove, or that's what it's an induction?
It's electric, but like it has 2 regular burners, and then the other 2 burners are induction, and you have to have that certain pan to use the induction. And she wanted a bigger pot and a bigger pan for the induction, and they didn't work. Like half the set didn't work. So we got another one. They do work, but that was a big Amazon return. And I had to box all that stuff back up and take it to
that's the biggest adjustment from the house, from moving to this house now. Is we have electric stove. I had gas.
Oh yeah, electric stove.
We have electric now, and I hate it. I hate it.
I have a gas oven though. It's separate.
You have a gas oven?
Yeah, it's like it's built into the counter.
These guys are hanging out with the thing. They're like, you probably pumped us up for a podcast. They're tuning in. They're listening to you talk about your stove and your new podcast.
Yeah.
Like this guy is such a loser.
This is the best way to get a kick.
This is the worst.
This is the worst reselling podcast ever.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Self-diagnosed first.
Oh,
the worst. All right, we won't talk about an electric stove anymore. But
it was a return. I guess sidetracked.
How much was it?
Because I got it. I think it was almost $200 for the whole set. Right. Had to go back though. Like
it didn't work though, right?
Yeah, it didn't work.
I can't tell you how many times I put an Amazon return in, and because we have to drop them off at Staples. It used to be
Kohl's. Yeah, it used to be
Kohl's, or maybe it still is Kohl's and some. But now they send us the Staples, and I can't tell you how many times I just drive around with that item until we can't return it anymore. I think I bought Luke those LED lights that go like around your room or whatever, and I don't know, didn't figure out how to put them. Oh, did we put them up? I don't even know why we returned them, but they're still in my car.
Awesome. You bought them for your room, and they weren't exactly that. What's the eagle green? So you turn
Kelly green, right? No,
Kelly green is
evergreen.
Sure, but Kelly green was the best Eagles uniform for all your Eagles fans out there. We probably have a couple Eagles fans on here.
Think so?
Yeah, you don't think so?
I know. Well,
I mean, we don't have many Bears fans. I can tell you that.
I'm sure there's more Bears fans than Eagles fans.
Definitely not.
Are you serious? No one likes the
Broncos. We got new uniforms over in Denver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure, you guys just traded for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, we're Super Bowl, baby. We have it's awful. It's a mess over there in Denver. Hey, one of the uniforms looks like a Bears uniform, actually. If you go look at them, Dan,
maybe I'll look later.
I wanted, because you talked about returns on Amazon and taking them to the store. Like, man, sometimes like especially during the holiday season, there's a lot of stuff going back to those stores, right? Like, does Amazon help pay for those employees that do those returns?
I'm
What,
sure
for the
there's
store?
some. I'm sure they get some
store?
sort of
Well,
yeah,
like
because if you
can
take
get
it
a
back to
package up
Staples,
your-
yeah,
you
but if
said
it's you take it back to Staples, it's the Staple employees that scan it and put it in a
There's a
box.
lot of
And,
work they have to do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you said you package up your thing. When
Yeah.
I return it, they just like they tell you just to. And when I take mine to the UPS store, and they tell me just to bring it there, like no box or
Yeah.
anything.
So that's
Just show up.
small town. That's small town way to do it. Like that's because I don't have an option really to take it to a store. But like in Denver, like Joe said,
Oh, you shipped it back yourself?
yeah, I shipped it back myself. I took it,
Oh,
I
okay.
boxed it up. I got a label. Oh, I
Oh,
got a
okay.
QR code. I took it in the store. They scanned it at like the UPS store.
Oh yeah, that's what I did too. But I
Yeah,
just
but
take it there.
in
I just took it.
Denver, you can do the full return. You just take it to Kohl's. You walk in, they have a back corner, they have a desk set up,
yeah,
and you drop it off, and they scan the thing right there, and the return is done. But there's always like, especially after the holidays, but there's always a line back there of people returning stuff for Amazon.
I wonder
there's-
if it's just a trade off to get people in the store. You know what I mean? Get more
Yeah.
people that
Well,
are going to
I think
return.
at Kohl's you used to get like
Oh
some
yeah,
kind of
coupon, right?
discount or
Yeah,
coupon to shop in the store.
you're
I
right.
never would go inside Kohl's. Ugh. I always picked. You could pick, and I picked UPS store because I don't want to go inside Kohl's.
Gotcha.
But now it makes me go to UPS store. Do you think all this talking about returns are going to jinx you on a return?
Oh, I'm
Your return?
sure. I'm averaging 1 or 2 a week at this point.
Yeah, I had. Oh, I think I talked about returns last week. I had 2. I don't know. Anyway, they haven't shipped them back yet. I have like 3 out right now. They haven't shipped them back.
Yeah, I have a $60 DVD that's being returned because
$60?
season 2, episode 4, 13 minutes in gets blurry. That's what the guy said.
Sounds fair.
That's what the guy said.
You should
Gets blurry.
Did you offer him a partial refund? Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
That sounds like our podcast. Jimmy Gets Blurry, 6th episode, 27.
Hey, don't come looking for refunds. I don't have any. We don't have any money to refund you.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Jimmy got all that money from that pop up.
Hey man, it was.
Are you gonna do another pop-up, Jim? If
Well,
it
the
comes
next,
around?
yeah. So one of my friends, he's kind of he's gonna be my information on that. One of the guys that I went there with to the last one. But the
you got a
next one
guy.
is when I'm supposed to be out of town. But then the one after that, I'm gonna try to go to. Yeah, but it's so hard because yard sale season, right? Like
Yeah. So you
they're
wait till
usually
Saturday
happening
or
during
Friday.
the summer, and so. But I'll do it. Like it changes things for me. Like I'm sorry, it was way better than any. I mean, I made more money in 4 hours than I make in like 7 whatnots for me for what I do on whatnot. Like and the fact that I was getting, I'm not getting $2 to $3 an item. Like I was getting $7 to $10 for just regular t-shirts, like just graphic print, like 2010 race car shirts. I was getting $10 a piece for hats. I was getting $10 a piece for.
Dang.
And then like some of that stuff, like I said, I got 60. There are a couple pieces I got 44. So,
And no returns.
and no return, right? So
Well,
it's
you
someone.
give them your card. They could contact you for a return if they wanted to, right?
I put my card as my price tag.
Well, yeah. Did
Oh,
you
you
buy
did
a gun?
that?
You buy one of those guns?
No, I just put it on the I used metal hanger, so I just punched a hole in it and put it on the hanger.
Oh,
It looks pretty good.
That's good.
I just think it helps me. It can change the way I source, like especially at the bins. Like I'm gonna look for graphic print T-shirts that they don't have to be vintage if they have a nice graphic on them, and do like a $10 table, right? And I'll take 7 if they offer me 7. So
Well, if they have to use 6.
I'll think about it. I'll have to
All
think
right.
about it.
I went to garage sales last weekend.
Oh yeah.
I went to 3, 4. I went to 4 sales. Thursday I went to a sale. I didn't want to. I didn't have. I mean, I wanted to, but I didn't. I wasn't planning on it. I saw a sale, and I was going to the store. And I was like, I'll hit it on my way back. So
Yeah.
on the way back from the store, I had to go to the not the post office. I had to go to the bank to get cash. So I went to the ATM, took out $400 like you guys told me to, and was heading towards this. I saw the sign, drove down.
I saw the sign.
Was driving down the road and was looking for the next sign, and there never was a next sign. So I went all the way to the next major street and was so mad. And I think I text you guys. I hate the people are the worst. Like, that's my biggest. One of my biggest things with yard sales is that you see a sign and it has an address on it, but you're driving.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't read what it says. So
because the writing is this small across the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple ways to fix it at the end. There's a couple ways. Slow down. We know how you drive out there. You know what I mean?
Drive the speed limit. I've never gotten
slow down a little bit.
Slow down, man.
And just pull over. Get that address and you're in that GPS.
Jump out of the car.
Road. I get mad at there's these kids. So I go pick up Dodger at my mom's house, and there's these kids that they take, like one of their friends takes the other friend home every day from school, and like my whole day is like a routine, and getting out of school, people have a routine, but this kid every time he just stops in the middle of the road and lets his friend out. He doesn't pull over off to the side. He just stops in the middle of the road and just pull, like, instead of pulling over.
How mad do you get?
I get so mad.
You ever honk at him?
Huh?
You ever honk at him?
No.
You don't want that interaction. You just want to. You just.
I want to get mad.
You just stew in your car.
Oh, I go around them, but they act like it's like a bus stop. They just stop in the middle of the road. He gets out of his car and he puts his backpack on. And like the first time I stopped because there's cars coming. The other times I just blow right by them.
I thought that was like a Midwest thing.
I'll tell you right now, I cussed.
I thought that was a Midwest thing.
What word do you say, Dan? What's it start with?
I can't say it on this podcast.
But what's it start with?
Q.
Oh, the Q word?
What is that? What's the Q word?
Google.
I think it starts with an F. I know that.
We know what you said.
So what was
it gets to that level, the F word level.
I have really bad like driving road rage. I was just talking.
I can see that. I can see that.
It's
not Dan.
You ever punch the steering wheel, Dan?
No, no.
A dashboard punches the dashboard.
I was coming home from the bins the other day, and I was hanging onto my steering wheel. Some guy just decided at that moment he had to pull out in front of me, like just turn in front of me.
Oh boy!
And I had to slam on my brakes. I do not know how I didn't hit him.
What word did you say then?
That was the F word.
Oh man, is that your go-to?
You ever give him the finger? Have you ever flipped anybody off?
I will give the finger when I'm driving. So when I go to my mom's house, there's a 1-lane bridge they have to go under. So people take turns, and usually 2 cars will go, and then if sometimes there might be 3, but usually 2 is a good amount. Sometimes if 3 or 4 people decide they're just going to keep driving, those 3 and the 4 people, they're getting the middle finger from me. I ain't putting up with that.
Do you put it out the window? Like, do you put it way out there, or do you just?
I'll honk. I honk. I used to. So when I had to drive to work, I used to have a start time when I worked at the casino, and I would have to. The casino was like near Chicago. It's like 20 minutes from downtown. That was like their slogan or whatever. Yeah. So I was fighting people like rush hour traffic to get in, and shift change at the mill because we have a bunch of steel mills working around here.
Oh yeah.
So I was shift changing between that.
You don't want to be flipping off the steel mill guy though. You don't.
Oh no, but I would just the amount of people that cut me off and drive, like it just got me. I get intense when I'm driving around. So like, no, and I can't stand when I'm always stuck behind the person who's not paying attention to the light on the phone. And
I learned a lesson. I learned a lesson about the middle finger. That was my go-to, is give the middle finger. But I gave somebody the finger that was probably the nicest person in the world because they had like, one of those like Jesus fishes, like fish on the back of their car.
Yeah.
So I end up giving this person
a little lady
that has the Jesus fish on him, and I had bad luck for like 3 months.
Really?
3 months of bad luck, and I attribute all that bad luck to me giving
the little old lady with the Jesus fish.
What did you give him a middle finger for?
It was probably they cut me off or something. Probably coming out, me not paying attention. They came out of church or something. I gave them the finger, and so for 2 months, see, I believe in karma and all that other stuff. So it comes back to me. So for 2 months, I had bad luck. I mean, I was tripping over things. I was backing into things. I was, and
you think I had bad luck? I was yesterday. I was putting dishes away, and my cabinet fell on me. Well, not on me. I think I caught it. It was like I was putting dishes up,
Like
and
off
then
the
whole
wall.
cabinet just fell
off the
and I had
wall.
to catch it off the wall, and I caught it.
You have like termites or
No, what?
well?
They just-
How does a cabinet like my cabinets
don't
are
know.
affixed? They're
Probably not
affixed to the wall.
Yeah, but sometimes
they're
they can
screwed
rip
in.
out of the.
They're
Well,
they were screwed in.
Dan must have heavy dishes. What
It
do
was
you
all
have?
my.
Lead?
It was my mug cabinet where I put my
well-
mugs, and there's the top shelf is bowls, like mixing bowls. And,
Okay, so how many people you have living in your house? 2, right?
just me and my brother.
How many mugs do you have?
There are 16.
Wow.
That's about.
There's 3 shelves.
Ceramic
We
mug.
each have 2 shelves. We each have 4 on each.
Well,
And the top shelf
I-
is bowls.
I can tell you this: that
3 metal stainless steel bowls, 3
uh,
different sizes, and then there's a platter plate.
Keeping bricks up there.
there's been his gold bars up there. But when there's 5 people that live in my house. 1 person drinks coffee. I do not drink coffee. 1 person, but we had 35 mugs when we moved. 35 for 1 person to use. That's not travel mugs. That was a whole separate other issue. This was just ceramic mugs that you drink coffee out. Coffee mug.
Yeah, we just have I used to have more mugs. Like when I moved in here, I would buy mugs a lot, and then I just was like, I'm done. I don't want mugs. So I have mugs.
You have 1 mug.
That's the only one you have? Do you not drink coffee?
No. Sonia has mugs. We have some.
My mugs mate, apparently, because they just multiplied. And when we moved, I can't tell you how many mugs I donated.
I was going to say, how many of the 35 did you take with you?
Probably 8.
All of them. He took all of them. He took the whole junk drawer. You don't think he took every
junk
mug?
drawer too?
That's a whole
I
thing.
I have a mug. I have a mug in here. I have my Mountain Man treasure mug.
Oh, hey, Troy.
And I have
shout out Troy.
The Josh is a reselling mug, so I think I use it to put baking soda in.
Oh, somewhere I do have a Commonwealth mug too. So
Yeah.
Where's that?
Kevin watches this. I have to show that now. I do have that.
Yeah, mine's on Sony's desk. I think
Mine's
right now.
Here, Kevin.
Oh, signed.
Oh, what edition was that? Was that like his first one, or is that?
Yeah, it's the first edition mug.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I bought that. I bought that during an auction. I paid like $50 for that mug.
Dang.
I've never had a sip of coffee out of it. It's sat in here. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but I can't keep. I have another mug too. I have a Wizard of Oz mug I bought. I have 16 mugs in the thing. I have other mugs around the house.
What if that's like one of those? Oh, sorry. What if that's one of those mugs that when like it changes temperature, like the outside changes color, or maybe like it turns into a pineapple or something?
I used to have
cups.
I used to have. Well, I'm sure you guys might have had them too. But did you guys have Dennis Rodman cups from McDonald's that did that? And like a cold drink and his hair color would change.
What?
No.
Oh my god! Because I was a huge Dennis Rodman fan, but they had them at McDonald's. Do you remember when they used to have good stuff at like you could buy? Well, I don't know if they still do. They might still have that kind of.
And now
I remember when Batman came out, they had like you could go to Taco Bell and get like a Batman cup.
Those mugs, those like
we I don't remember if we had Taco Bell or if it was ending where we lived, but we were up here visiting family and we were leaving to go home. My parents stopped at Taco Bell and got my brothers and I each those what do they call it? Cinnamon twist and a Batman Coca-Cola or Pepsi, whatever. Pepsi probably cup.
Do you think those mugs are worth it? Those glass cup?
I know when I moved in here, I rebought the Dennis Rodman ones. And then, like, just a lazy piece of junk that I am, I put them through the dishwasher and they ruined.
No.
The stuff, yeah, you have to like hand wash them. And I wasn't a big I hand wash stuff now because my mom tells me she hand washes most of her stuff. And she's like, hand wash your stuff. I'm like, I don't know. But I at one Christmas I asked for Jimmy, tell your friends to earmuffs for this, okay?
Earmuffs, guys.
All your young buddies that are listening to the podcast.
Young.
One year for Christmas, I asked for pots and pans for Christmas. And within 1 year, I ruined them because all I did was put them through the dishwasher. And she's like, that'll ruin them. You gotta wash them. So my mom, because she's so nice to me, bought me more pots and pans, and now I hand wash them. And I've learned that hand washing is better.
Okay.
How does?
But you didn't pay attention to the sign that you didn't pay attention to the sign that said dishwasher with like an X through it, right?
I don't know. I don't. Did they have? I don't even know if when those cups were made. I don't even know if dishwashers were around.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that's probably gonna give me a lot of. I'm gonna get a lot of grief for it. But
how long are we? 35 minutes.
No, it's not negative, but
I thought you were gonna say until people are gonna hate me.
No, I'm gonna get grief for it though. But it's this. There's actually this is the 100% the truth. We don't use our dishwasher at all because Sonia like enjoys doing dishes by hand. Like it's like a stress reliever.
Can you send her over here?
And so there's 4 of us living here. She does the boys' dishes too. Like I'm like Sonia, and she's like sometimes she'll be like, oh, I don't want to. Well, let's use the dishwasher, but we don't use like she's no, I'll do it. And I was like, Sonia, the only way you're gonna get the 3 guys in this house to do dishes is if you use the dishwasher. Like we'll use the dishwasher, right? But she does them all by hand. Like she enjoys it. Like she likes to fill the sink up and get all the suds going. And yeah, she washes every dish we use by hand, and she enjoys it. So
there is nothing.
I don't know. Like I don't know what to do. Like I'm like, if you want, we'll do them, but we gotta use the dishwasher, right?
Why don't you just do it? Just do it. Don't say anything. Just do it.
Oh, that's a good. Because she might get mad because she enjoys doing dishes.
Yeah,
Sonia,
keep telling yourself that, Jimmy.
I'm not. There'll be times I'll be like we'll be on. There'll be like a stressful.
I'm sure you guys can figure something else up to mess up that she can enjoy cleaning up after you.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can't even wash dishes when Riley's like addicted to ketchup. She uses ketchup for everything. So when the dish goes in the sink and water gets on it and mixes with the ketchup, it makes me sick. I can't even touch it, you know. God. So
you like getting your hands all wrinkly, like you know what I mean?
I need a dishwasher.
I was lucky as a kid because as a kid, we washed dishes by hand. Like I grew up, my mom, me and my brother and my sister would take turns washing dishes by hand. I was allergic to the dish soaps. Like I'm allergic to dish soaps. My hands like swell up and break out so I didn't have to do that.
I'm gonna use
then
that.
My mom, but then she got me gloves. She got me some gloves, and that ended that.
I'm gonna use that. I'm allergic to the vacuum too.
I'm 100%. My hands like totally, especially Palmolive. Forget about it.
Get the what's the good Dawn? Get Dawn.
Yeah. I'm not allergic to Dawn.
I think.
Yeah, you're not gonna be. You'll be okay to put that on your skin.
Which one? Oh yeah.
Dawn. They
use it to clean. Yeah.
So. So I went to all that started because I was saying I went to a yard sale.
Yeah, did we ever get to the?
Yeah, we're excited for you. Like, did you find anything amazing?
Well, I had to find the yard sale first.
Well, did you find it? Yeah, you were lost.
Yeah, I'll get to the good. I ended up finding it. It took a while. I went back to the sign, and I tried to I couldn't see it from where it was at. So then I drove down the street, and I slowed down, like you said, Joe. And I still couldn't read the address, but I could kind of make out a little bit of it. And then I forgot it when I was driving. I pulled over. I didn't just stop in the middle of the road like some psychopath. I pulled over into a parking lot, well lit, by the way. Make sure I was.
Was it nighttime?
No. Yeah. Well lit at what? Yeah. 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was like 9 o'clock, 9:30, probably 9:15 or something.
Were you in a parking garage?
I was guessing the address. I went into my MapQuest and was guessing the address.
MapQuest.
Yeah, that's what I use. MapQuest.
1999.
You use MapQuest?
Yes.
Like MapQuest
has an app. MapQuest has an app.
No, sir, they do not.
Yes, they do.
Oh my Lord, Dan! It's 2024.
Yeah, MapQuest. You can't see this if you're listening to us on the audio version, but MapQuest.
Does anybody besides? Do you still have an AOL account, Dan?
Probably.
MapQuest. Dan, I haven't heard MapQuest in years. But anyway, go ahead, do your thing, man. What's wrong with the Apple?
You guys can reach Dan on MySpace.
I don't know how to use it.
/ Dan and demand.
Well, the Google one, I'm just not really into it. I like
no, I'm talking this one, the regular one that comes on your iPhone.
I don't know. I don't know. I use MapQuest. That's all right.
I mean, I know. Remember back in the day when you used to print off the MapQuest? Oh my gosh.
Yep. And then
back.
So I guessed the address, and then I had it took some finding it. It was in the streets in the back near where I live. Some of the streets are kind of weird. They're windy, and their intersections are weird, and they run.
Let's blame the streets. Let's blame the streets, Dan.
So I pull up to the yard sale with my $400 in my pocket. I was talking to Mike, our friend January house, Mike, and he's like, "What are you doing walking around with this I just got $400 just walking around. Someone's gonna rob me. I know it. I'm gonna get robbed at a yard sale." But I walk up. If you see me out in the wild, I won't have $400 next time. Just so you know, I have $7 on me. I might have more. But the first thing I walk up, I was scared I wasn't gonna find anything because now I've been looking for this place for like a half hour. And I have groceries in my car, and I just want to go home because I have stuff to do. I'm a busy guy. But I walk up, and I find right off the bat, I found a little like Toastmaster chopper, like to chop up little vegetables. And I just bought my mom one for Christmas. And I was like, ooh, when I bought it for her, I'm like, oh, I want one of those. I used to have one, make little dips and stuff with it.
Ooh,
I'm like, I'm going to buy this. It was $2. I'm like, oh, this is great. And
so you found something for yourself.
Yeah. And I was like, at least I found this place and I found something for myself. And then I turn, I look down, and I see some boots. And I'm like, oh, what kind of boots are these? They look like Ariat boots to me, but I picked them up and they were Justin boots. And then I saw 2 pairs of Crocs. So then I started just grabbing stuff. I grabbed
what kind of pricing are we talking about on these shoes?
The boots were $10 for Justin gypsy boots.
Okay.
And then the Crocs were $1.
Heck yeah.
Both pairs. And then so now I have my hands are full. So I walk up there and I watched enough YouTube videos. I asked, "You mind if I make a little pile here?" And they said, "Nope. I'll start bagging it up," which I didn't really like. I should have been like, "No, you leave it all there, and then I'll make you a lowball deal later."
You should do YouTube videos for sure. If that's how, if that's your interactions. Why didn't you want them to bag it? Why didn't you want them to bag it?
I did let them bag it. I'm saying no, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't adding stuff up in my head. All I had were 20s too, so I felt really bad. But like, I didn't want to go back through and get change. The last time I asked for change, last year when I went garage selling, I sat in the I got to the bank before it was even open. I think the drive-thru might have been open at 8:30. But anyway, the last time I went there, I asked for change, and I'm like, just however you want it. I just need some 5s and 1s. The guy gave me like 1 5, 5 singles, and then like a 10, and then the rest, all my 20s back. I'm like, okay, it doesn't do anything for me, but thanks. I was just trying to be
employee of the month right there.
I ended up I was trying not to be a burden on the guy. I can't remember how they keep it, like what they have money in, like 51s in a stack, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, give me 50.
They'll give you as many ones as you want.
Yeah,
you want 13 ones. I mean, there's no such thing as a $13 bill.
Usually gives me my 1s. I always talk to this girl. She gives me 1s when I need them.
Oh hey.
Okay. I'm just joking. So I went back.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I went through and I found another pair of Crocs at this place for 50 cents. They were 50 cents for a pair of Crocs.
Oh, dang. So now we're at but that's some anxiety because now we're not at an exact change type moment.
Still not in there. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know how much I've spent. I'm just picking up everything I want. And I went through everything. I saw some game. I had my hands full, and I saw a board game on the counter on the table. And I was like, oh, I'll come back and look for that. I'm gonna look that up, but I guess I could have just set the stuff down.
Yeah, you got a pile going. Yeah. That's how the pile works.
And I kept on walking, and then I saw this big box, and it said board games, $2 a piece. So it's like your standard games, Yahtzee, that kind of stuff. And I'm digging towards the bottom. The last game is a Pokemon Monopoly. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'll take that. That has to be like good, right? That has to be. And then I completely forgot about that other game. And then I just walk up, and then I start talking. Oh, I saw like a Michael Scott pillow, like prison Mike pillow. I had to have that. It was
Michael
$1.
Scott.
You know Michael
Prison-
Scott, prison Mike?
No, who's Michael Scott?
Michael Scott from The Office.
Office.
Oh, I've never watched The Office.
Oh my god, you
Like
are so
true,
lame.
I've seen episodes, but I've never watched.
You're so lame, bro.
I know I am.
That's
That must be a quote. I've seen episodes, but I've never like watched it. Like,
Oh man, you gotta watch y'all
seasons all the way through.
You have Peacock, right? Because you watch wrestling, right?
Yep.
Oh, watch The Office.
All right, maybe I will.
You will.
I mean, I like that kind of
you will.
comedy. No, I like that kind of comedy.
I feel like you're not gonna watch it.
I never watched it either, Jimmy.
Oh, you suck too.
I like Parks and Rec. I watched a lot of Parks. and
Oh
Rec.
yeah, you'll like The Office. You like Parks and
Yeah,
Rec. Maybe.
Well, I don't like my
I don't know
internet
if
right
they're-
now,
they're
so
the
maybe
same.
I won't.
They're kind of the same a little bit.
I got into that. What was the Superstore? That
That was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that show. That was good too.
Superstore.
Yeah,
That's
it
the one
was
that's
on
supposed to be like a Walmart. Type
Walmart.
setup?
Yeah, yeah,
All
that was
right,
good
yeah,
show.
I've seen some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
So we don't know what the other game is. The other game is kind of like 26A. Like we'll never know what the other game is.
No, I'll tell you. Oh, I mean, it's not like I don't. You guys probably don't care that much. But anyway, I go up to the checkout thing, and I'm talking to the person, and I'm showing them the pillow. I guess here I don't want to grab it. It's all the way over there. It's a pillow. Here I can get it. I guess. Let me see. I have my earphones in, huh?
Yeah, I think I have a picture you sent me of it.
I got it right here.
Oh, you got a. I didn't see a pillow.
And then but it's like one of those pillows.
Oh,
where
like the sequence, like that you can.
yeah. It was $1. It's $1, and I'm like, I had to have it. And I started talking to the people, and they said that they had a Dwight one. They had a Dwight Schrute one. I'm like, oh, really? And I asked them if they had it inside, if I could go inside and see.
You're
They didn't like
working your way into their house now.
I'm joking. I didn't say that. I just thought it'd be funny. I mean, that's a complete lie. I just made that
I mean,
up.
Joe does that. Joe just works on it, but I didn't think you.
No, I barely go to a house. You think I'm going to invite myself in someone's house?
I was like, what's
That's gonna
happening
be
right
funny.
now?
What do you got in the refrigerator? Anything good in here?
Yeah.
I just pictured Dan sitting on the couch watching The Office with these people.
With the pillow. I want to see how this works. I want to see how this feels.
Hugging the pillow.
Can I give this pillow a test ride?
The old.
I'm
test
talking
ride
to him.
on
I'm talking about the pillow, and then there's two people there, and the lady's like, she adds everything up, and she's like 20-50. And I'm like, oh, okay.
All I
I'll
got is
add her
20.
20. So I hand her 220. I'm talking, and she hands me my change back. It wasn't like,
She had 1950 and change.
yeah, I would, and I if I had a one, I would have just gave her 21 and said, just keep the change, or I should
I'm
have
surprised
just
you
been
didn't
like,
just
"Please
say,
take
you know
20."
what? Let's just do an even 20. That's
That's
usually
what-
how that would go.
Well, they're
But,
inexperienced yard
see-
sellers.
see-
I'm an experienced yard seller, so I mean, they're a little experienced. They had 50 cents, which is
Yeah.
funny, is because if you go to, I came from the grocery store. I was at Aldi. I left with my hands full of 2 bags of groceries. And if you shop at Aldi, you have to put the quarter in. And this lady comes up to me. She's like, "I'll take your cart from you." And she hands me money. And then I had my hands full, so I just put my hand up like a crazy person. And she drops the money in. When I'm watching her drop the money in my hand, I see she's got 2 dimes and a nickel. And I'll keep in my car is a quarter.
Now,
Aldi.
that's why she did that, because she couldn't get her cart.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Did she?
I
And
thought
now
you,
I
were gonna say you pulled your underwear out and she dropped the quarters down.
When I was a kid, my first job was working I was a paper boy. My first actual job at
Was
a
a
place.
stripper?
No,
Oh,
I was a bag boy at a grocery store, and you had to take people's
done that.
groceries out, and
Yep.
they would tip you. You weren't supposed to. You're supposed to refuse.
Mm.
So I
Right.
refused. I'm like, I'm not allowed to accept tips. So the lady put the tip in my pants. She really did that.
Front, right in the front, like center.
Yeah.
What position? Like right down the middle.
No, like of my hip. My hip.
So that launched your stripper career right from there. You're hooked. You're hooked.
I was down the street.
I was just picturing her like right in the front, right in the middle, just right.
You weren't supposed to, and I thought she was one of those plants. They wanted to see how honest you were. So I was like, I refused. Like, I'm not allowed to accept it.
So did you take it and put it down in her pants? Is that what
I kept it? I figured since she put it in my pants. I'm pretty
sure you could have been safe if she stuffed it down your pants. Probably wasn't someone that was planned.
Well, nowadays, nowadays I could have called the cops.
It's a different time back then.
I was like 16 years old.
Oh, was a really older lady? Like, was she hitting on you?
I mean, well, I was 16, so like an older lady then would be probably younger than I am now. So, and I was like, "Hey, that old lady."
Who knows, Dan? Who knows what that could have led to? I mean, she's dropping money down the pants. I mean,
So anyway, I mean, all that to tell you, I did go to a yard sale, and it was good. But I was so mad about the game I left, I couldn't remember the name of it, and I thought about it later.
We still don't know.
No, yeah, I ended up during the night. I was so pumped that I went to the yard sale. I was like psyched the next day. I came home. I listed everything but the board game.
Nice.
You have to like count the pieces.
You have to count the pieces.
And I started counting the pieces, and on the back, I'm so confused. The tokens on a Monopoly game, they're Pokemon tokens. They're in there, but they aren't the same. The ones that are there, there's supposed to be 6. There's 8 in there, and 2 of them aren't the ones that show on the box. So I'm confused. But there's 8, and they're all like the same size. So I have to like go. I'm gonna go look up other variations.
It was a big family. It was a big family. They had to buy extra pieces.
But they're like 2 of the ones that aren't. So I don't really know what. And I'm surprised the Monopoly Pokemon the sell-through rates. It sells really good. Like, I mean, they're all over the place. It was like $20 to $50, but the sell-through rate was like super slow. I was thinking it was going to be like that would be a fast seller. But I did sell a pair of the Crocs, the 50 cent.
Oh, you did?
Crocs. Yeah,
did you get over $20?
$25.
So you got your money back?
Yeah, already.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I was still pumped on. I was looking on Thursday night. This was on Thursday. I went. Which was what was I listening to? I was listening to someone. I don't know. I listened to a few podcasts last week. I'm sorry if I don't. Which one was it? I can't remember. They're talking about they go to the Thursday sales.
We don't have any Thursday sales here.
Huh?
We don't have.
I mean, I don't really pay attention a lot, but so I saw that one. I'm like, all right, I'll go to that one. And anyway, Thursday night, I'm looking for more sales for Friday, and I came across that sale, and I'm like, what's that game? I look up the game. It's called Dark Soul, and when I looked it up, it's got like $80 comps.
Dark Soul, like the video game?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, I got
I
was telling you that story. Did I tell you guys? I don't remember. It was a recorded episode, or if it was 26A. I bought some stuff from a listener.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I saw him. I saw him on Friday at the bins, and I was telling him about the yard sale, and I was telling him about Dark Soul, and he's like, "Oh, like the video game?" I'm like, I have no idea what that means, but I saw that it sells for like $80, and then I guess there's like some expansion things, and I was supposed to go back to I was gonna go back to see if it was still there, and don't comment and call me a loser, but I just felt guilty that I like did so good that day. I thought they were going to know how good I did, and like shame me into giving them more money.
Oh, that one's gonna be $1.50.
So that's what was going through your head when you were going back there.
You got to go back, man. No, I get it.
So
I don't believe you.
Well, I mean, so it was Friday. I was going to the bins, and then I was gonna go look when I came back, but I just was I didn't come home. I was doing my shipping and stuff, and I was at the bins for a while, and I got a whole thing of stuff, and I was like, what's the chances it's actually gonna still be there? And it was like $10. And I text my mom I should have got it, and then my mom was mad at me about the 2050 that I didn't try to haggle. When I first started yard selling, I took my mom with me, and my mom would constantly like, you didn't even try Dad.
I mean, there's two things you could easily say. Could we do an even 20? Or, hey, if I buy all this, will you throw in these 50-cent Crocs? Like you had some wording that's really easy to use right there. Like that's easy to say, and it's not as.
Or if I would have had correct change, I could have
stressful.
paid him extra.
Yeah, that's true.
You could have done that.
But then you're not negotiating like your mom suggested.
Yeah, my mom.
Correct.
So when I first started yard selling, I was like so pumped to go, and I was watching Kevin, and he was talking about like he would buy the whole vacuum cleaner and part the whole thing out, and he's like people don't buy these things, they don't want to mess with it, so don't buy unless you're gonna mess with it. So I see this vacuum cleaner, and I'm like, I'm buying this vacuum cleaner, Mom. It's 4 years later. I've never touched that vacuum cleaner.
You still have it?
It's still sit out in the garage.
You've never parted
it out. It's buried. I put all my shelving in front of it, so I don't even have to look at it.
Damn.
I want to go get it just to see what it is, because this is 4-year-old
antique now.
Like I'm not saying I'm a good picker. This is like one of my very first yard sales ever. And I saw Kevin buy a vacuum cleaner, so I wanted to buy a vacuum cleaner. Thing's probably a piece of junk. The vacuum cleaner, not Kevin.
I'll say on the negotiating though, like I kind of have a rule. Like if the pricing is really good, I'm not asking for a lower price. Like that was really good pricing.
Sorry. I don't want to cut you, because I just want to. If you went to so Saturday, I went to another sale. I couldn't find very many. I mean, but there was one. It was a church sale, and so I go there, and I go picking through there, and nothing was priced, and I didn't understand what was going on. So I just took an IKEA bag. I was putting some stuff in my IKEA bag. I was being very picky because I was scared how much it was going to cost. It turned out to be a donation.
Yep.
Donating what you want. So I'm going to show you guys. I have a picture on here. How much would you donate for this stuff? I'm going to show you. You can't, if you're listening, you're not going to be able to see it, but let's see if it works.
All right, so we got a Jack Skellington pillow.
Yeah.
An Uggs cover.
Right. So it looks like a little baby blanket, and I found out since then it is a pillowcase, so basically worthless because I have one pillowcase. I thought it was a little dog blanket.
What's the bag?
Oh, that is a Vera Bradley bag.
Okay, and then what are the books?
Those are it's 18 different Mary Kate and Ashley books.
Oh,
they are the New Adventures of Mary Kate and Ashley. And there's like 3 different franchise, like whatever you want to call it, series of Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
And what's those
are Choco sandals.
Choco, okay.
Choco. It was donation, and they had about 7 Vera Bradley bags. Like I mean I know Vera Bradley. I don't know much about Vera Bradley, and I know some stuff if the patterns can be good or not. And I probably should have. Do you guys want me to take it down now? I know it's weird.
I already got a price in my head.
All right, Joe, do you have a price in your head? And the listeners, if you're listening,
yeah, I have a price in my head.
All right, so it's all donation only. Donation.
Okay, is it like a church donate? Like a church?
It was for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids camp or something. I don't remember. For the kids.
I would go by my rule of I would pay about $1 an item on every item except for the books. And the books, I'm thinking like a regular yard sale. So each of the 4 items over there, I'd pay $1 each for. So that'd be $1 for each of those. And then the books, like a quarter piece, like a yard sale would be. So $7 to $8 is what I would donate
for total.
Yeah.
Mine was probably a little bit. I was going to do like $10 or $12. So
I showed this to my mom too. And she told me she said $13 probably. She was kind of in the same thing with kind of Jim. Well, I guess kind of both of you, but if she said like 50 cents for the books, maybe, and then like sandals $1 or $2, and then everything else like $1. I don't know.
I was thinking like $2 a piece for some things, and then
I mean that's kind of my go-to is what
like
do I
$5 for the books.
I didn't want to tell you how much I spent.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Did you give him a 20 spot? Did you give him 20, 50 and ask for change?
I gave him $25. I had my hand on 20. I had my hand on a 20, And then I grabbed the 5 too. And when she goes, it's for the kids. And I'm like, oh, okay. I handed her $25. And she goes, perfect. It was so
Perfect.
weird.
That's so. Now I have so my question is because I don't know the books. Do the books have value? I think I would have to look.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah,
I listed them for $30, I think. I don't know if I'll get 30, but they're pretty worn down. I mean, it's hard to tell like those early 2000 or Babysitter Club books. You know, the ones a lot of those paperback books are like they're pretty rough. So knowing what I spent, I was like gonna try. Like I'm pricey high, but some lots are $40-$50 for Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you price it out in your head? Or did you just?
Oh, so that's what my mom's was saying. And I go, Mom, she goes, I would think of it like a garage sale. I go, oh, it's kind of on the right stuff. And I was like, in my head, I was like, these chacos are going to be like $10 at Goodwill. And I didn't understand. I didn't know what I saw that UGG blanket. It was like a Sherpa, and it was so small. I'm like, this is like a baby blanket. This is like a dog blanket. And I just looked up that stuff on eBay, and it was like some of them were selling for like $40. I'm like, oh my God, I'm crushing it today. And then I saw this kid. I saw this little kid looking through the books. So like I waited for him. I don't like when I go
did you push him out of the way?
Section, I don't push little kids out of the way. I let them get whatever they want. And then when I saw it was free, I ran over there and wanted to see. I could see books, and I thought it was like Babysitter Club or something like that. I wanted to see what it was, and I saw those. So I sat there and I looked up Mary Kate and Ashley. I'm like, I saw those were really good. So I was counting them when I'm throwing in my bag, and then when I walked up there, I'm thinking, oh, at Goodwill, books are $1. So I'm like, yeah, I got like $20 worth of books. I got $10 pair of chacos. So I thought I was doing a steal, and on top of it, I spent $5 at the bake sale outside. So I spent $30.
Oh. Well, you can put some value on
banana bread that my mom would have made me for free.
Was it good banana bread?
Not as good as my mom's. And she'll never see this, so I'm not just saying that to appease her. She doesn't listen to the podcast.
Instead of going through it as like garage sale prices, you went right to Goodwill pricing.
That's how I shop. I'm a thrifter. I mean, I'm not saying it's smart. I was just curious. So I came in, I snuck in here and made the stream for this week and popped that in there because I wanted you guys' honest opinion, which I already knew. I knew I spent too much. And then now I didn't even need to do anything to that pillow. It looked fine, but my stupid head, I came home and I was like cleaning some plush and stuff. So I was like, let me soak this. So I've got nothing. I soaked it with some stuff and I've soaked it 3 times now because color ran onto the Jack Skellington face. No. Now he's got like little dots on him. I keep messing with. So that's probably junk. The pillow, it's a pillowcase. Like
What's the purse worth? What's that purse worth?
I have it in my the purse. Oh, I have it right here. It's in my Whatnot auction tomorrow. The strap is like filthy, and I didn't notice it. I thought it was the nicest one that they had, but I don't know how to. I don't even want to attempt to clean this. Like I don't know what to do.
Does the strap come off?
No, I thought about that, but I didn't want to ruin the purse, so I just put it in my Whatnot show for tomorrow. It's still nice, but like the strap, you could tell. Like I mean, it's not like horrible, but you could tell someone was using this part of it. But like if this would come off, I just don't want to. I'm like I can't want to throw this whole thing in the wash, and I don't know if it'll mess it up or not. So. Someone's watching it on Whatnot.
All right, so you did good. You did good at your first one.
Yeah.
You overpaid your second one. How many did you go to this weekend?
And then I went to 2 more. They're called estate sales. Like the one. Okay, so one I have to be transparent. The one started on Friday, and all they did was show pictures of Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, like just all these games that I was I'm not gonna fight people for it, and I'm like, I'll go the next day.
This thing was me like, I'm not getting that stuff. So
like, I'm not gonna pay for that. And I went back the next day, and I had to call Mike. I called Mike on the phone because I kept on driving by their house because I'm like, I don't want to go to these people's house. I don't want to go. It says estate sale. I don't want to go to someone's house. I don't want to do it. And Mike's like, just get out of your car.
You're just gonna be a creeper that keeps driving by.
So they're both on the same street, and so the first one I walk up to, and it ended up being a garage. It was just outside. They called it an estate sale, but I didn't see it. I thought it was inside, so I just didn't want to go. It was a small house, and there's cars out front. So I was scared. I didn't want to be trapped in someone's house, and then get lost in the mix and end up in their basement where no one. I gave Mike the address.
Some good stuff in the basement now. Come on now.
I didn't want to get locked in there. And then I told Mike, if I don't hear,
you thought they were going to you thought they were going to kidnap you and lock you in the basement?
Yeah. I feel like people would want to kidnap me. I feel like, I mean, that sounds pretty vain to say that about yourself, but I feel like I'm pretty pleasant to be around. I feel like people like talking to me. I feel like I would make their life better, and they wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I feel the same way about myself. See that? See what I did there? People would want to kidnap me too.
People won't want to kidnap me. I'll be honest.
The first one I walked up and it was like, I'm not saying they didn't have anything, but the only thing I recognized there was like a used air mattress motor blower, to blow up an air mattress. I didn't understand anything else. Like they had it's like some guy was like he was standing out in the street holding up a lantern. Like he bought a lantern, I guess. So I know
scared. Maybe he should have been scared to be.
And then the next one was the one that had all the video games the day before. They were probably resellers. They might be listening to the podcast. They had really nice stuff, but it was just like everything. I mean, each comic book was priced. It was all board and bagged. Yeah. And I mean, they were selling the one. I didn't even look them up yet. It was like some vintage light switch covers. Mm-hmm. And it was like a Mickey and a Donald one, brand new. I mean, they priced them for $20. The lady was very nice. She's like, "Oh, we're making deals today." So and told me the day before it wasn't going to be deals, but you're asking like $20 for matchbooks thing. I mean, they had all kinds of wrestling figures and stuff the day before.
Did they still have the video games the second day?
No, like they had like Xbox. They had Xbox 360 games, and like PlayStation 2 games, like all those games, whatever you could think of that you see inside of like a Goodwill now.
Yeah,
sports games that's what they had. It's the stuff that was like leftover stuff.
So the good stuff was already picked then.
Oh yeah, it was all gone.
What the pricing they had on it?
I tried to like zoom in on the pictures online and I couldn't tell. So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna get there. They opened at 8. I was never chance I was gonna be there at 8 anyway. Right. And I just was like, I'm not gonna. I thought about going there in the afternoon the day before, and then I had to do my shipping and stuff, and like I'll just see what they have the next day.
Were you able to make a deal on anything at that sale? Since they were,
no, I did not buy anything else.
All right,
I was a little. Everything they had. It was I didn't really know anything about it. It was just like
you'd have to sit there looking.
They had like a little Lego set was like $7. Like. I mean, I didn't. It was such a small area too. I felt weird, like looking up like a Frozen 2 thing, which I just don't see. I didn't see that being worth like a ton of money anyway. So,
it would have been one of those sales. Yeah,
I went to a pretty good estate sale on Friday, but I didn't buy anything there. I went, but it was John Runyon. There was
I've heard that
offensive lineman for the Eagles.
Oh,
yeah. Then he turned into some politician or whatever, but he was downsizing.
For an event, huh?
So he was downsizing his house. So we had this big, huge estate sale there. I mean, there was over 700, 800 pictures online and everything else like that. So it was over in Morristown, New Jersey, and I ended up going over there. I didn't get over there first thing because I figured it was going to be packed and everything else. But, I mean, the house was unbelievable. The house was beautiful, but everything was priced crazy money. There was nothing there. There was a lot of like women's clothes. I guess his wife was, into like the fashion. She had Prada stuff, Gucci stuff, handbags, all high end stuff. And that was most of the people that were there were for that. But all the other stuff, like the sports, he had a lot of sports memorabilia, Donovan McNabb, game jerseys, and David Akers, jerseys signed. He was a kicker for the Eagles at the time that he played. some helmets signed, a Super Bowl helmet that was signed by I forget what team it was signed by, but all
not the Eagles.
No, but all the stuff was priced, crazy money. But
Okay.
I went like to the basement to try to be a bottom feeder, all the stuff. But it was nothing that was,
You weren't worried about getting locked in John Runyon's basement, huh?
No, because his basement was beautiful. I mean, his
Beautiful
basement was, it was
You're like, please lock me down here.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, you can lock me down there. I would have survived. I mean, it had a bar, card tables, and game room. It was unbelievable. But I ended up not getting anything.
Did you try to
even
sneak anything out?
No. There was a lot of people there working the estate sales, so I don't think anybody was able to sneak anything out of there. He had a custom motorcycle that was built for him, big chopper that he was selling. That was in the garage. Workout equipment, things like that. But
yeah,
all the stuff were, the jerseys were framed. So even if who's shipping that, even if you were going to sell that, no one's shipping that. So. But it was overall, it was a waste of time at the end, but it was nice to go to it,
I got to go to like 5 yard sales this last week. I actually put it out on a video already. I found some stuff though. It was pretty good. The one I want to talk about was like there was a sale. They had a ton of Lego, man, like Lego everywhere. But like he had it separated into boxes, and each box had a price, and then he had like some carriers, and they each had a price. I ended up buying the 2 biggest boxes for $25 for both boxes.
Loose Legos?
So the reason I did it is because some of the vehicles are assembled, mostly assembled. Like I was able to look up the semi truck with the trailer, and I think it's worth about 40 in that condition. So that's why I did the deal. Because Lego are a lot of work, and if you sell it by the pound, you're not making a ton of money. But I have had in the past luck with even if it doesn't have the box or the book, if it's a vehicle and it's completely assembled and you can lens it and find out, and they just sell way better that way. Like Lego sell, so that's why I did the deal. But man, I was trying to decide if I should buy it all. But man, some of the cases he had like $20 and $25 for one case of Lego. So I was like, you know what? I asked him if he would do less. He had $15 per box. I asked if he would do $10 per box. And then he said, how about 25 for both? So I was like, you know what? Yeah, because I know that truck is worth like 40, so I'll do it.
So you're going to sell the one truck? What are you going to do with the rest of it?
So I'm going to pull all the fully assembled vehicles out of there. I'm going to lens them and sell them, and then there's minifigures in there that I'll lot up the minifigures.
Are you going to sell them as complete? Or do you put like 99% complete?
I'll even put 90% complete just to cover them, to cover the bases. So I'll do like that. Yeah, I'll do like listing, no box, 90% complete. Please see pictures for, pieces that are included, and I'll take good pictures. I've done pretty good with that, and again, but just like any Lego, some are worth a fortune, some aren't. It's just a matter of which set you have, right? These are a little bit older. The kid, as a kid, he was probably 18, 19 now, and he was selling his stuff when he was probably 12, so they're a little bit older. I bought some action figures from that kid, and I don't remember. I bought some shoes at this. Yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. And then the best sale that I went to, when I was riding in the car, my GoPro was recording. So when I got out of the car and pushed the button to record, it turned off. So I missed. I found some Carhartt double knee jeans for $3. I found some good Funkos that are worth like, a couple of them are worth like $30. I found a shirt for Dan, and what else did I find? Oh, and I found some some Pokemon little pins, like hat pins, but they're like a bunch of them. I got like 40 of them, and I paid $10 for everything. Like the guy's like, just give me $10 for all of it. So
nice.
I like those.
Of course, the camera's not rolling, so I wasn't able to put it in my video because I didn't check the camera when I went to that sale. Worst YouTuber ever. But I got some good footage in that video. The guy that didn't like my car being a foreign car, and then this lady wanted basically fair market value for her Kachina dolls. But I couldn't do the deal. I was like, it's too much for me, obviously. So,
I don't know what a Kachina doll is.
I don't have one to show you. They're like Native American dolls that have they're like a chief or whatever, and they have they're like posed, and you don't know what that is?
It's in your video?
They are a bolo. Some of them are worth a lot of money. Some are worth a lot of money. The ones that she had, I feel like I come off as a jerk. I always feel that way. I told her, I was like, she said $10 for all 5, or $200 for all 5. I was like, $200 for all 5, and I was like, ugh. And so then I finally just said, since I'm not gonna, I just say I'm not gonna buy them, so I'll look them up for you and tell you what they're worth. Like, I don't care. She's not gonna budge on her price. I was like, I'll scan them, let you know what they're worth. And she was about right. They were like $50 to $60 dolls.
And she's selling to you for $50 to $60?
Yeah. They weren't like some of the bigger ones with the really good dressings, and they'll have bird feathers in their back, and they'll have a fur hat on. They're really well done. They can be worth hundreds, $300, $400 if you find a really good one.
Oh, wow.
But even these, so she just had they were a little bit shorter, not really done up, and they were $50 to $60 each on those dolls. So, but she knew, right when I asked her, she's like, "How much are the dolls?" I'm like, "Oh, those are expensive." And I had an auctioneer come and tell me, and so I was like, "I'm not even gonna try to do a deal." I did ask her, "You want to give me a price on all of them?" And she said $200 for all of them. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not buying them, and I'm not gonna try to talk her down because I need to be at $75 to $100 for all 5, not $200.
I already checked for next weekend though. There are some yard sales already posted, so
yeah,
I'm hoping next week though.
Where do you look for your yard sales at?
Yard sale.
Yard
sale map, treasure map.
No, I use where's my?
Oh, you use that other one, Jimmy. That told us
really good.
What's that called again?
It's a GSALR. That app is really good. And then that's one you use, Dan?
I used yard sales, and then I looked up. I was on GarageSaleFinder.com, and then I think it's that same. It was that same site or something. All right. So
honestly, out here, Facebook is really good. I will search
Facebook, but it never has dates a lot of the times. They don't have dates. So then I try to sort by newest, and then it was just some dates there wasn't that many because it was some said March, but some people don't have any dates on their things. So
you actually type in garage sale though, right? You search and you type in garage sale.
And then I went to the marketplace and did it, and then I'm on all those online the areas around me, the yard sale sites.
Yep.
The groups, and then I search in there too.
Yeah.
There's been a few, but I guess it's been cold. Has it been cold?
It's still early in the season. Yeah, it's cold right now, man.
Yeah, that's why I got sick again. I just gave up and was just wearing shorts and stuff. And it would be 70 one day and 30 one day. So it's just cold, I guess.
A little tip that I will give for using Facebook to search is, like you said, I do it on my phone and I actually type in garage sale and search it.
Yeah.
And then when I'm scrolling, I just don't like it, but it's the way to do it. Is I look for just listed underneath the listing. If it was just listed, it'll say just listed, so I know that sales is coming up soon. It's not an old listing. So I search through all the ones that say just listed, and that's been pretty good for me.
What do you do? The marketplace on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, and then I just do a search, and I search I type in garage sale and I search it, and I'll do yard sale and estate sale, and then once they pop up, then I look for just listed, and that's been the best way for me to search on Facebook. It's kind of pain in the butt.
They are advertising it last week, but I don't know if it just says they have $5 handbags and tons of them. I don't really know anything about handbags, so. But if it's the only one I'm going to see, I'm going to try to go. If it's the only one.
Now I have a lot of stuff going on
this week.
You do?
yeah, I got like 3 Whatnot shows this week. I'm gonna go to the bins probably tomorrow.
You're gonna be worn out, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Especially
not
the way
I'm
you're
not feeling-
sounding right now.
Yeah, I don't feel well. I'm gonna do my shipping today, and then I have to try to get some looking at. I have so much stuff to do. I'm sorting through. I was on, to be honest. So I scheduled a show, and I was gonna just randomly change it and do a show this past weekend, and I couldn't get ready in time. I couldn't get ready because I was going yard selling on Saturday, and then I was like, maybe I'll do it Saturday night, and then by Saturday night I was like, maybe I'll do it on Sunday, and then Sunday I started feeling sick, and then I was like, I don't want to do it, and then now I'm like, all right, I gotta do it. I gotta do it Wednesday, and then I have show on Friday and Saturday. Saturday's the Wayne's World show, but I was like, I'm looking at some CDs. I was sorting through some CDs that I got when I bought that stuff from the listener. I bought there's a bunch of like heavy metal CDs, and then there's like a few like there's like one Guns N' Roses, like a No Doubt CD, like like a lot of stuff I never heard of anyway either.
You're
But I was
doing those on
sorting through,
Whatnot?
huh?
You're putting those on Whatnot?
I thought about so I was looking through it, and I was sorting them out because it's like some of the same people, same bands, and so I started scanning stuff, and a lot of the stuff was $5 this or five,
Yeah.
and so I was like, oh, maybe I should just try Whatnot. I don't know any of these bands, so I'm like, maybe I should just try a Pop-Up. So like one day I was just gonna do a Pop-Up like Whatnot CD show, and then I chickened out and didn't feel like doing it, and I ended up finding this one. It's a group of 3 CDs. Some band, I don't, it's called 5.0 is the band, and I don't know. There's 3 CDs in there, and 2 of them were like EPs. They each have like 4 songs on them, and when I searched them, none sold, and the only ones that were listed, there was one listed of each, and then I'm listed for $110, and then, no solds though, no solds.
They're not like autographed or anything, are they?
No. And then one of them was like a regular album, and it was like sold comps for $5 or $7. So I searched the band in Google and found like some other like some other website that sells stuff, and had like at a high and a low of selling, and like the low end the CD sold for like $20, high end it sold for $60, and so anyway,
so those go on eBay then, right?
so I put the 3 I lotted up the 3 on eBay, and I didn't know what to price them at, so I just picked the price.
What did you pick?
I picked
$20.50.
No, for all 3 I picked $49.99 and got an instant offer of 30 and 35, and then I was like, ooh, and then I started thinking like maybe I priced these too low, and so I was like, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna just counter I have best offers on, and then within like 10 minutes they sold for
Full
$50
price.
for the full price.
What does the EP mean?
Extended play, and when I looked it up, it's extended play. It means it's not a full album. That it means it's just so that but it's more than a single.
Gotcha.
Like a single. You guys remember singles?
Yeah, right.
There'd be like 1 or 2 songs. Like these EP is
That's
like 4 songs. It's like it's less than a single, but more. More than a single, but less than an album. And it was like, so I was pretty. I don't know if I priced it too low though. It was so hard to price that.
Well, something I would wonder is what does that sell for on Amazon? Because what I would guess is that person was probably an Amazon seller that bought it from you, and they're gonna sell it on Amazon because
I guess I could have. So when I looked at it,
I'm
when I
fine
read
with
the back of it, the EPs was like produced at a in a local studio around here, like the name on the back of the city, like it was local to me. So I feel like it's a local band, and then they might have had one record deal, so it was an EP.
Right.
So anyway,
yeah. I mean, still, that's a good sale. That's a really good sale.
I was pretty happy. And then I sold. I probably I don't know if and then I sold a lot of System of a Down CDs.
Oh yeah.
They weren't. There was like 4 of them, and they weren't. Nothing was like crazy. And I just like it's so hard to people make lots, and the lots it'll be 3 CDs and it'll be 4 CDs, it'll be 5 CDs, and it'll be this. So I sold 4 of them for $20. And
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
If I got $20 for 4 CDs, I'd be very happy.
Yeah. So, and then the rest of them are sitting here now because I was like, I was doing some other listing, and
eBay lots is the way to go. Just lot them up by genre or whatever.
I don't know all the
that kind of music.
I've never heard of half these bands.
Oh.
And then when I was searching them on, that's the problem with, if I don't know it, so I'm searching them, and it's like some people have them listed as heavy metal, some people say metal, some people say rock, alternative. Like I have no idea what they are. I don't know what the bands are.
Right. Did you check every single CD so far? Did you go through all of them?
I looked at them to make sure they're all in good condition. I didn't
no. Did you scan them all to see what?
Most of them, not all of them, because then I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and do this. And then I was so I made a few. The few I looked up, I saw the good those 2 good ones. Not that the other one, like the other ones, there's some other ones I guess good, but it was a Pearl Jam CD. It's $6, $7, $8. I could sell it on eBay, but I mean maybe I could someone will buy it on Whatnot for $2. Like just get rid of it now instead of trying to list it on. But like I don't know if I want to make I don't know. I don't want to bore you guys talking about that.
No, it's the decision. Yeah, because I mean, I would do lots, and I would even if you do like a general term of rock, heavy metal, and alternative, they're not the person that's buying it's not going to be like, oh, I'm returning this because Metallica's not alternative, and it was in your title. I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
No.
Like if No Doubt is alternative, and you have Metallica in there too. And they're not going to be like, oh, I'm returning it because you had this.
I got a 50 Cent album in there. I'll probably put that in. I'll probably play that driving around though. Put it in the club. I found out. I was at one of the bins.
The candy shop.
When I was at the bins, I found a hip hop CD. I found a bunch of CDs and I was scanning them, and I found a hip hop CD, and it's like $15. I bought it, and then I drove around. It was listening to it. It was like all the hip hop songs. From
I would give anything to drive past Road Rage Dan while listening to flipping
saying the F word,
dropping,
giving people the bird.
Like it's hot. Whatever.
We need it. I'm gonna make that for that little short.
No, don't make it short because I can't handle the shorts. That one short was enough.
I will. That's great. I got it.
No, everybody. I think that needs to be a short. I think that needs to be.
If you're listening to the podcast, you're listening to episode 27 at the very end of it. Everybody be on the lookout for Dan and the Man rolling around, dropping it like it's hot, flipping people off.
I don't consent to any shorts made of me.
Uh-oh. You only want dollars put in your.
Why don't you make a short, Joe? Why don't you be the short? Yeah, why don't you be the butt of the joke?
The butt of the joke? Nobody's the butt of the joke.
Nobody can be mean to him one time. So
I'll be the. All right. I will. I'll make fun of Joe on the next short. Next time on Reseller Leftovers.